It was my first time visiting my husband's hometown in Iran. The moment I stepped off the plane, my sister-in-law shoved a black chador into my hands. She told me that if I didn't wear it, I might not make it out of the airport alive. I froze for a second, then put it on, but trouble found me anyway. Two armed guards came charging toward me, just because my headscarf wasn't covering my hair completely. A few people stepped in front of them, while the women frantically adjusted my chador. Only when my hair was fully covered did they let me go. I couldn't make sense of any of these rules. I was terrified, and it was only day one. I told myself it was fine. I was only going to be here for a week. What I didn't know was that my husband never planned on going back. That's when it hit me. He had already quit his job in America. He wasn't even going to let me or our daughter leave. I couldn't accept that.
Are you crazy? We're Americans. Your daughter's an American. You lied to me.
I know it seems harsh, but it's the best thing for all of us. Matab could learn real values here.
No, I won't stay here. You can't keep me.
Now you listen to me. You're in my country now. You're my wife. You do as I say, you understand me?
The first time he hit me, I was in complete shock, but I had no idea that was just the beginning of the nightmare. I went to the elders in his family, hoping someone would stand up for me. Through tears, I told them everything, but all I got was blame. The men said I had no business challenging my husband. The women whispered among themselves and stared at me. I broke down. I realized no one here was going to help me. Back in my room, I pulled out every dollar I had on me. I was going to buy a ticket back to the United States. But not long after, my husband took away my passport and my bank card. My escape plan was dead in the water. I went to the embassy looking for help. It was 1984. Iran and the US had cut ties, and there was no American embassy. I went to the U.S. interest section inside the Swiss embassy. Seeing people who looked like me almost made me burst into tears. I thought I had finally found a way out, but they told me that because I had married an Iranian citizen, I was now considered an Iranian citizen myself. Without my husband's permission, I wasn't going anywhere. In Iran, when it comes to divorce, the father always gets custody of the children. I couldn't leave with my daughter. I couldn't even leave on my own. All they could do was look at me with pity. I went home, only to face my husband's rage all over again.
Where were you? I'll kill you.
After that, I learned to hide what I was feeling. I acted obedient. I pretended to be adjusting. I helped my sister-in-law with her kids and studied the local religion, but I still had no chance to go anywhere alone. He always had someone watching me. Even so, I never gave up on getting out. Then one day, the house ran out of food. I asked to go to the market to buy groceries. He agreed, but gave me a strict time limit, and he made it clear our daughter was staying home. He knew I wouldn't leave without her. At the market, I tried to exchange my money for coins so I could call my family back in America. The shop owner at a shirt store overheard me and handed me his phone. It was the first act of kindness I had felt in Iran. Before I left, he told me that if I ever needed help, I could come to him. For the first time in a long time, hope crept back in. On my daughter's first day of school, she cried so hard that my husband let me go with her. I took her straight to the shirt shop. This time, the shop owner brought me to a back room. He said there was someone who could help me escape. For $10,000, I could be safely brought back to the United States, but it would take time to arrange. I quickly left with my daughter and headed toward the school. What I didn't expect was my husband was already there. My husband beat me severely. He didn't care at all about our daughter's crying. The women around us just watched coldly, as if a husband beating his wife was perfectly normal. On the way home, when he paid the driver, I made a run for it. He didn't chase after me, because he knew I wouldn't leave without my daughter. I went back to the school, planning to take my daughter and leave together, but the principal refused me.
No, impossible. All goes to father.
She told me only the child's father had the right to take the child. My hope was shattered. I waited like a prisoner for his verdict, not knowing what kind of suffering awaited me. But this time, he didn't hit me. Instead, he agreed to let me return to the United States. The condition was that I sell our 2 houses in America, then hand over the money to him and leave my daughter behind. I refused, but he had already made up his mind. He got me a visa, booked a plane ticket for 3 days later. I was running out of time. In this country, girls can get married at 9 years old. I couldn't bear to imagine what I'd see if I came back. I had to act fast. The opportunity came soon enough. When he was called into work at the hospital, I grabbed my daughter and ran. We found people willing to help us escape. That night, we set off racing across the empty desert. When we stopped to rest, the driver went through my things, took my wallet and passport, even my watch. Out here in the wilderness, with no common language, I had no choice but to go along with it. After all, survival was what mattered most. Before long, gunfire blocked our path. Bandits appeared. When the driver showed them a pass, we were allowed through. That evening we reached the final checkpoint. One of our companions distracted the guards. The driver snuck me past them. Without a car and with harsh weather, the journey became even harder. We found a horse. We rode it over several mountains. After 2 days and nights on the run, our destination was getting closer. That's when the driver handed me a package, said in broken English that I was free. I opened it and froze. It was everything he had taken from me. He had just been protecting it from the bandits. Finally, I got off in a border town in Turkey. In the distance, I saw the American consulate. Our escape was finally over.